Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and mini review we're going to be focusing on the Godmaster or Powermaster engines for the three Autobot or Cybertron vehicles. Now the reason why I keep saying "or" is because what we've got here along the back row, we've got the Hasbro versions. On the middle row we've got the Takara versions, and then at the front we've got the Takara exclusives, which came in little individual boxes exactly like this, which you may or may not have seen some reviews of on this channel already. So very quickly, so we don't get too confused with terminology, Hasbro's law called them Powermasters, whereas in Japan they were referred to as Godmasters. I'm not going to go into too much more detail about that. What I'm just going to of course show you is all of the figures and I suppose the differences. So I'm going to start off with what in Hasbro terminology we know as Slapdash, which is of course this particular figure. Now with this there is no difference between Slapdash and Road King, which was his Japanese name, at all. There's no difference in the colors, in the chrome, it's exactly the same. However, in Japan they then released Vollet in a separate little box, which I just showed you, and it's exactly the same mold, just with a completely different color scheme, which I think again is brilliant. Right, let's just pop these back out of the way. Next we're going to move over to, he was called Getaway in the UK, and he again is exactly the same as Lightfoot as he was known in Japan. So same mold, same color scheme. I can't get him to stand up, nothing any different. However, again in one of the little boxes they released Zetca, which again exactly the same mold, just a completely different color scheme and with gold chrome, and I'm sure you'll again agree looks lovely. Right, and then this is the one which I suppose they got the not the best use, or the I suppose the most interesting use of the mold. So with Joyride we had, I think it was Lube, it must be Lube, there's Joyride. Then in Japan he was known as Ranger, and they actually changed him as well. They changed him quite a bit, in fact, before I bring him in. But then they also had their own little version as well in a separate box called Aquastar. So there was 3 different color schemes of this particular little engine, the Godmaster engine, 2 of the Godmasters and 1 of the Powermasters, which as you can see the chrome on them is fantastic. They all look brilliant, and again it's just one of them other little things that they did differently between Hasbro and Takara. And again I suppose that's what makes this hobby really interesting, the fact that there's so many little things, little changes, little differences, little variants between all of these. So there you go guys, I hope you enjoyed this little showcase. If you found it interesting, as I say, there's other Japanese figure showcases and explanations on the channel, and I'm also now going to then do a separate video where we bring in the Decepticon ones as well, including Buster and indeed Hydra and the rest. So a full Godmaster and Powermaster video. Keep your eye out for that as well. In the meantime, let me know what you think of this, and take care.